Hi, welcome back, my dear student. In this lecture here, I want to show you something that we call getters and setters. Basically, what we do is we build a method that is able to set values and get values. And these values are usually pulled from private properties in the class. All right. So we already did something very similar to it right here. All right, but I want you to get that concept because it's super important for you to understand it. So let's do a save as real quick here and let's check it out. So I'm just gonna call this setters. Let's just take the class thing out, keyword out. Setters underscore getters. All right, so I'm just actually I'm not going to remove anything. I'm just gonna rename this and I'm just gonna say get wheels. Actually, get values. Get underscore values. I'm gonna call this. All right. So this is gonna be able to get values from here somewhere, right? And I'm just gonna take this out because this is gonna be the only private one that's gonna be there. There we go. All right. And I'm gonna build another method, and this one I'm going to call it set values. All right. So in this one, we're going to set a value here for door count to 10. All right. So let's see how this works. All right. And let's go ahead and check it out. So get values. So all I'm doing right now is changing the name of that method so that we can call it down here. As you can see there, hopefully you understand what's going on there. And I'm just gonna organize it there a little bit so that way you can see it. All right. So let me recap a little bit. We have a private property right here that can only be accessed, right, inside the class. So if I call this property right here, like we did on the last example, we would not be able to get anything. We would get an error saying you cannot access a private property, right? Like we did on the last one. But right now what we're going to be doing is using this method right here, get values, to get that private property out, to get that value out of there, right? So every time we call this method right here, we are able to access this private property, and we are also able to set values with this method right here. All right, this is something that we would never be able to do outside here if we were not using this getter and setter methods. That's what is usually called in programming, in object-oriented programming. Okay, so let's first check it out. So I'm going to echo this out here. All right, so let's try the first one. I'm gonna go back here and refresh. There we go, and let's setters and getters. There we go. So we're able to see that it is working right there. Let's go and try to see if we call the other one, what happens, right? So I'm gonna copy this one and I'm gonna paste it right before. So if I paste this method right before here, it's gonna set the value to 10. Right now it's 4, right? So let's change the name of it first. Set values, right? So look what happens to this 4. Refresh, it turns into 10 twice, right? Because now, we don't even have to actually echo this out right here. Refresh, there we go. So now when we call this method right here, right, it comes before, it sets the value to 10, and then we call the other one that echoes it. All right, so you can see that. And then if we wanted to, we can also change it to, we can make another one, and set values to 100 and keep changing it depending on the order that we have it right here. So this is how we use getters and setters in PHP OOP. This way we can access some of the information that is in a private modifier. This way we can control our programs flow a lot better, and we are able to keep things private. So that way we don't get a lot of conflict inside our programs. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this lecture here. Keep motivated, keep doing it, keep practicing. If you're watching me and not doing this exercise, you need to stop right now and do it. Restart the video and start doing it. This way you will learn a lot more, trust me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.